for two of them.
28th?
Yep.
Guests, friends, respected elders, I greet you with universal greeting of peace in Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The first Muslim migrants came to Britain, and they were Yemeni. And these Yemenis settled in different cities, South Shields, Cardiff, other places, and then later on to Birmingham.
Good evening, really good to see you all, and thank you for joining us for what will be an amazing discussion. Inshallah, we can talk about some really important topics.
Okay, so to tonight's event, Muslims don't matter.
Good evening and welcome everybody. My name is Darshan, as they say, and I'm the Communities Editor at Channel 4 News. We've got plenty of discussion for you here this evening with Baroness Sayyid. So thank you all so much for coming. It's great to see so many of you here on a Friday evening. We're going to talk about so many topics that are in the news today, and talk a little bit to Baroness Marcy about some of her journey over the last few decades, actually.
Thank you very much, Darshan. Thank you for you turning out on a Friday. Thank you to all of you for turning out on a cold Friday evening. But I genuinely hope that this is going to be a really warm conversation. You know, we have the home version, we have the work version, the school version, and often when we were growing up, those versions didn't mix, and you almost lived these various lives quite comfortably. They were not uncomfortable. You just realised that there were certain things you wore at home, and certain things you ate at home, but other things that you wore when you were out, and things that you ate when you were out. And it was as simple as that in some spaces, but in other spaces, it was knowing what those boundaries were. How you find the language to talk about that is important. I'm going to do a keynote on this next year, actually, because I think it is important to talk about this and bring it to the fore. Because at the moment, to be a racist brown person is really career enhancing. Right? It's happening in the US, it's happening in this country. And for me, that's disturbing, because I don't want the next generation of kids of colour to think that the only way I can succeed is that these people project as patriots, right? Let's take back control. Let's take our country back. They're patriots. If you spend your time dividing communities, setting out fires across your nation, I define them as arsonists, not as patriots. And we've got to call them out, because they are damaging our country, all of us collectively, whatever background we come from. If in the end we end up with a more unsafe, more divided nation, we're all going to suffer off the back of it. The kind of people that David Cameron referred to as, I think he called them fruitcakes, loons and closet racists or something, right? I didn't think we'd be here at the stage trying to do this all over again. But I know how ruthless politics is. And I asked them to take it down and to apologise, and they didn't. So I've got lawyers to deal with them. And in the end, they had to apologise and pay me damages, which I took great pleasure in then giving to women's and Palestinian charities.
Yeah, we see how the system here is corrupted. You know, media is completely biased against Muslims, and politicians are completely double standard, and they don't really reflect the truth. So what do you suggest and what do you advise, other than for people to have a good family and good education?
So I just wanted to say how the government is tackling the high levels of inequality in terms of the Muslim population in the UK in employment. There seems to be a higher comparison with the Asian population, ethnic minorities, compared to the other populations, the European ones. So just want to know what your opinion is on that.
I just wanted to, first of all, thank Saida for the inspirational work that you do. It really is inspiring, and thank you for taking all the flack comes your way. I just want to shift, if I may, from the national to the local. One is, do you see a much more promising landscape at local level in cities like Birmingham, Leicester, Bradford, etc.? Second point is, organizations like this here, and there are many people representing other local organizations. If we were to look say, ambitiously to 2040, what would your advice be to these grassroots organizations? Where should they invest their effort to help alleviate some of the pressures that you highlighted? But thank you very much.
A commendable
Because I know you. I asked her to do this. She's looking after.
I'll give them a salami.
I will. Yeah. She does really well.
Thank you.
Yeah. May Allah bless you, inshallah.
Thank you.
Take care.
And then also, yeah.
You're in